This is why I think Shujinko will make you a better player. Because in this game, there's a lot of cameos, and a lot of the cameos end up actually kind of using them for pressure and things like that. Sort of like the pressure cameos like Sector or Kano, even Cyrex can be used for that. Chameleon, Farah, I can go on. Most cameos in this game are used for pressure, and because of that, it pretty much makes it really easy for you to actually open people up and get hits with your cameo. And that's kind of what the cameo system is for. That's pretty much why it's here. That's what they do. But with Shujinko is very different. Shujinko is like the most unique cameo in this game, and it's for a reason, because he doesn't actually have any ambush, he doesn't have any good pressure tools. He kind of just is a combo extension monster. You got crumple stun, you got combo extensions with a move stealing, and you got a little bit of zoning with, like your down forward cameos. Like you get a lot of really good tools from him, but not a lot of really good pressure. And why I think this is a good thing for, your how to actually improve your gameplay is because if you try and win with Shujinko, right? If you've never played Shujinko before, and you learned like a few combos with him, like with move stealing or with crumple stun, and you try and go in some games and you just lose like hardcore, like you can't open people up at all, you can't get any hits, it's probably because you relied too much on your cameo to open people up. Now, I'm not calling you a bad player, I'm just saying you just rely on your cameo too much. So learning Shujinko, you're not actually learning Shujinko, you're learning the voice crack. You're learning the character that you're playing. That when you win with Shujinko, Shujinko doesn't carry you, you carry Shujinko. And that's kind of how Shujinko plays. I mean, you're getting a ton of damage because of Shujinko, but Shujinko is way more of like an assist to you. But Shujinko is more of like he's more of like an assist. Like he doesn't really open them up. He kind of assists you in doing damage, but he's not the one opening them up. At least 90% of the time, he's not. There is a few very specific exceptions, right? He does have a few, only like a couple of low combo starter move steals against like a Raiden, General Shao. Those, like, I think those are the only two. I think also Noob Cybot, but that one's really slow and easy to react to. But you get my point. There's only like a couple that actually are low combo starter, and he does have a few like also just knockdown low moves that you can steal. So he has some mix-ups with very certain characters, but again, that's also something you have to like learn and like lab it with, because you're not going to get that every time. You're not going to get a mix-up with every character. So a lot of the time, you just have to open them up with yourself, the character that you're playing as, the main fighter. You actually have to learn how to play the main fighter you're playing when you're playing Shujinko. You're not learning how to do Farah mix-ups, or you're not learning how to do Sector missile mix-ups and all that. You're not learning how to back up and wait for your Melina Ball roll to get charged up. You're not relying on your cameo with Shujinko. Your Shujinko is relying on you. This is why I think Shujinko will make you a better player, because once you start getting wins with Shujinko, that means you're actually getting wins with the character you're playing, alright? And I'm not saying you should main Shujinko at all, right? You shouldn't just main him like I do because I'm a masochist, alright? You're pretty much just learning how to play your character. And as soon as you feel comfortable with Shujinko, you can win with Shujinko. At that point, if you go back to whatever cameo you're using before, you might even feel like that cameo is unnecessary at that point because you don't need him to open people up anymore. So many like tools in this game that not a lot of people utilize because they rely on their cameo so much, like micro ducking. If you've seen any of my videos, I micro duck all the time. It's such a good tool to open people up, but not a lot of people do it because it is kind of difficult. Like you kind of have to time it correctly. And I mean, if you have a pressure cameo, why would you bother with micro ducking when you can just use that? But when you play Shujinko, you don't have that. So you kind of have to get creative with opening people up. You have to really try and use your character's full tool set to get wins, and I think that's the most fun way to play this game, because you're really playing the character you're trying to play. And I'm not innocent in all of this too. Like, I played Omni-Man Farah a lot back in the day. If you're an older channel viewer, thank you by the way, but I played a lot of Omni-Man Farah, and when I first switched to Omni-Man Shujinko, boy, it was difficult. I could not get wins for the life of me for like a long time. Like, getting a video out with Omni-Man Shujinko when I first started was so difficult. Because it was so hard to open people up with Shujinko, or just with Omni-Man by himself, and I didn't know how to, like, micro-duck that much, or I didn't know how to, like, utilize forward 3, or, like, down back 3 enhance, like I had a really hard time utilizing his tools because I was so used to opening people up with Pharah all the time. So when I started playing more Shujinko with Omni-Man, I got better. Because I started to... It forced me to try and actually learn how to play Omni-Man. And also learn how to play this game, like, more in-depth. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with this rant. I just wanted to rant a little bit about how I really hate pressure cameos. And how Shujinko forces you to learn how to play the game. So I really hope y'all enjoy this little rant. If you disagree with anything, feel free to leave it down in the comments. I mean, sure, I don't mind arguing. I'll try and be respectful about it, but, you know, let's go back and forth a little bit. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this little rant of mine. I just wanted to get it off my chest and get it out there. My thoughts, if you will. But yeah, y'all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.